Hello, hello, and welcome to today's episode of Saddest Night Out. My name is Roy, and I'm the host of this daily podcast, and it's primarily about music and creative culture in London. Today's episode, I'm catching up with a previous guest on the podcast. Her name is Lorraine, and the last time I spoke to her was on episode 26, which was back on the 15th of April in 2018. So it's been a while. But she's been busy since then, primarily releasing her debut EP. It's called Drift Away. It's currently available on SoundCloud, but from the 22nd of July, it will be available on more streaming platforms. And on this episode, we caught up for a chat so she could tell us about the making of that EP. We had this chat just before my Friday open mic at the King's Head. We had a quick talk just behind the venue where it was a bit quieter. The night ended up being really good, but it was great to get this moment to catch up with Lorraine. So this is her talking about her debut EP, Drift Away, and I'll catch up with you a bit more afterwards. Enjoy. It is a glorious Friday afternoon. I'm in West London, just round the back of the King's Head pub. The open mic hasn't started yet. I'm here with one of our performers tonight who I haven't seen for far too long, but it's great to see them again. What's your name, please, for the audience?
Lorraine.
Lorraine, I looked up on my podcast. The last time we spoke was on the 15th of April.
Yes.
What have you been up to since then?
April. So last year April.
Last year April, yeah.
Last year April.
2018.
What was this year?
Yeah, no.
So since then, I have been singing at different open mics. But more importantly, I've been working on my EP, which I started working on in February of this year, and it's now done. It's finished. It's been released as well.
So you started working on it February 2019.
Yeah, it was February. Yeah.
What does started working on it mean? Is that when you first started writing,
No,
recording?
So the songs, a lot of the songs are old songs that I've written in the past, but I started recording in February.
So what? Just before you started recording?
Yeah.
Because I imagine they always say this is your first EP, by the way.
Yeah.
They always say you have your lifetime to write your first piece of work, and then the deadlines get shorter with each next one. Mm-hmm. So February is when you start recording.
Yeah.
Is there a massive list of songs that you're going through to say this one, not this one, this one?
No, I think before that I kind of picked. I already picked songs that I wanted to be on the EP. I wanted to pick some songs that were upbeat and some that were not as up, that were a bit more mellow. So, and yeah.
So before recording, you had a playlist in your mind.
Yeah, I had an idea of what
you're going
do.
for. How old is the oldest song on there?
Probably from like 2016 or 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how recent is the newest song?
Probably last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Are you still constantly working on newer material then?
Yeah.
So the next EP you're already kind
Probably,
of in...
it might be a mixture of like old stuff as well as new stuff. Yeah.
Wow. So you're just basically cherry picking from this
back
back catalogue you have in your mind.
Back list of songs to pick. Yeah.
So February we start recording.
Yeah.
So what does recording look like? Are you in your room, studio? Who's helping you out?
So I was recording with. Can I say their name?
Sorry for the noise in the background. Recording
with a producer called Chris Wyatt. He has a studio in his house.
So how did you meet Chris Wyatt?
So he works with this music organisation where I live, and they help musicians. They put on shows and stuff like that for you to like sing and perform. And I found out that he had a studio, so I went there.
And you're like, oh my god, it's my dream come true.
Yes.
This is it. Yes.
Yeah. I said I had some songs I wanted to record. So I'm trying to remember. I went to the studio. We kind of talked about. He sort of showed me what music he had produced in the past, and then I spoke to him about how I wanted my EP to look like. And then I think we booked another session, and I came with my 4 songs, and then we recorded like the skeleton of the song, so just like guitar and vocals, but just to get an idea, before we do like proper stuff.
Yeah, because there's some piano on some of these songs.
Yeah.
There's some what sounds like an electric drum kit, or maybe just like MIDI drums.
Yeah.
So was that talking to Chris and was that already decided in your mind before you started?
I knew with some songs I wanted to keep it very simple, and then some of the other stuff I wanted to make it a bit more upbeat. So we kind of spoke about what we wanted to do.
So were there some long conversations of just you trying to get out everything you have in your mind to paint as clear a picture as you could for Chris?
It wasn't too long. I think once we started to work together, he kind of learned how I work as well. So we talked, as well as like when we started to record, we also got a feel for it as well.
Yeah.
It's both, I think.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Was this your first time recording anything?
It isn't. No, I haven't recorded since I was a teenager, so it's been a while.
So what did you record as a teenager?
Just some songs.
Are these other solo songs?
Yeah, but it was just again my first time.
Yeah, your first step. No, I'm not going to judge you. We've all done stuff as teenagers.
You can't hear it.
Left in the back as teenagers with them. Yeah. No one else needs to know about that stuff. So, what's the name of the EP? Where can people find it?
So I did change the name. So the name of it now is Drift Away, and that is one of the titles, one of the songs on the EP. And you can find it on SoundCloud. On the 22nd of this month, you can find it on other major platforms such as iTunes and Spotify and stuff.
Yes, Lorraine.
It is kind of, I've put a few tracks on YouTube. I'm going to put on more. Yeah.
And are you just under the name Lorraine on SoundCloud and YouTube and everything?
Yeah.
So if people search for Lorraine Drift Away on YouTube,
they hopefully should find... Yeah, they should hopefully find it. They should find it. I sound very confident. They will find it. Yeah.
They will find it.
Lorraine,
they'll definitely find it. I'll put some links in the blurb for this as well to help them find it, just in case.
Yeah.
But Lorraine, thank you very much for talking to me.
It's
Welcome
okay.
back.
Thank you.
We'll try and make it less than a year next time we talk. But yeah, congratulations on the EP.
Thank you.
And that was that. Thank you very much, Lorraine, for your time. It was great catching up with you again. And you were great on this episode. Everyone I talk to tends to feel a little bit nervous about being interviewed, often because they're not familiar with this situation. And there's no real guide for what makes a good interview. Unlike maybe performing on stage, you know when you step off stage when it went really well or when it didn't go so well. But with interviews, you could do the best interview and still feel as if you were awkward or it was uncomfortable, etc. But you were fantastic, Lorraine. Thank you very much. Congratulations again on the debut EP, Drift Away. By the way, she mentioned that she worked with an organization to be put in touch with Chris Wyatt and end up working with him to record this EP. The name of that organization is the Redbrige Music Lounge. And on their website, they say the Redbrige Music Lounge is a unique non-profit making local community organization with its charitable article to promote, maintain, improve and advance the education and appreciation of the public in the art of music. You can find out more about that organization on www.rmluk.org. That's www.rmluk.org. I will put links to that and to where you can hear Lorraine's music in the notes for this episode. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. Thank you to everyone who came to perform last night, including, if I can remember off the top of my head, Jazz and Neve and Max and Tim, who I spoke to on the previous episode. He came back for round 2, and I think I gave him the bestest intro I've ever given anyone ever. He told me he flew across the Atlantic Ocean because my intros are that good, so I couldn't disappoint. Thank you to all of you. Oh, MJ Kappa, and now I'm drawing a blank. Lorraine, of course. I think that was everyone. I apologize if there's anyone I've forgotten, but it was a fantastic night. Oh yes, of course, Fran and all of her friends, her VIP crew that she brought with her. It was one for the books, I tell you. I got home at almost 2 a.m. I am now recording this just after 8 a.m. because I had to get to the studio for work today, and boy am I feeling the lack of sleep. But thank you all very much for listening. Thank you again, Lorraine. I'll put links to where you can find her new EP, Drift Away, and on the 22nd of July you can find that on more streaming platforms, and you just might see her on a lineup for a show hosted by yours truly, but more on that in a future episode. Take care of yourselves, folks, and I will catch you in the near future.